Complimentary room gift certificate. Choose Town Place Suites Clinton or Comfort Inn at Andrews for your next visit to Andrews Air Force Base. Be sure to visit the Vacation Village located on the flight line. Register for your complimentary vacation on vacation to one of the luxurious Virginia resorts. And while enjoying your fabulous vacation, you'll be entered into the 2010 sweepstakes for your choice of $25,000 or the vehicle of choice for $20,000 cash. The airplane that just took off is the Golden Knights aircraft. That is a Fairchild, or a Fokker, I should say, F-27. With some wind and drift indicators, they're going to come out of the aircraft right about now. Let's see what they got out. There they are. Those wind and drift indicators, or streamers as they are known, are used to determine the winds between 2,000 feet and the surface. Tyler Wheeler, I believe, is going to step out of the aircraft at an altitude of 12,500 feet above the ground, and he is going to have one of the most incredible views of this area any place in the world.
Where we moved from Florida to here.
Now let's see if we're going to do that jump at this point. Looks like we may be going around again. I'm not sure at this point. I do not see a jumper out of the aircraft. Okay, we got jumpers out of the aircraft now. Look for the smoke.
Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the lights from above. From the mountain to the prairie to the ocean, fly with her.
Testing 1, 2, 3. We've got jumpers over your shoulder and to the left who will be working their way toward the target.
I want the flames to encircle like passions maybe now, like a smoke. It's bigger mysteries that I don't know.
I don't think they're gonna make it. I think they're going in the crowd.
It may appear that these two parachutes are entangled. That is not the case. This is called Canopy Relative Work, CRW or crew. Bringing in the POWMIA flag. I know Tyler Wheeler's jumping that flag. I don't know who else is with him, but if you'll make some noise, bring him in on the target. They're members of your United States Army parachute team, the Golden Knights. Turning into the wind. tandem jump is a means to get two jumpers out of the aircraft at the same time. One jumper is the tandem master. He or she has the parachutes on his or her back. The tandem passenger is literally cinched up very, very tightly against the front of the tandem master. They step out of the aircraft at the same time and quickly reach that terminal velocity of 120 miles per hour. I have done this 3 times with the Golden Knights. The first 2 times, I was so overloaded. It was the case for me of sensory overload. There was so much going on. It was just impossible for me to understand all that was going on, even though the view was tremendous. Finally, on my 3rd tandem jump with the Golden Knights, I began to get a feel for what it was like and really enjoy it. My last jump being in January, or early February, I should say, down at Homestead Air Reserve Base, south of Miami, Florida. I had a view of Florida and the Atlantic Ocean like none other, because from 12,500 feet above the ground, you can see hundreds and hundreds of square miles. If you look way out over your shoulder and behind you, you can see that tandem parachute. It is a fairly large parachute. And I tell you what, Tyler, maybe I can ask you a couple of questions about this. Because your jump on a parachute is how many square feet typically?
It's about 230 square feet, Rob.
Okay, now these tandem canopies are significantly bigger because we got to handle more weight, correct?
Yes, sir. These tandem parachutes are about 360 square feet. It allows so you can put more weight, i.e. the 2 passengers on the tandem.
Got it. So, but they still have the same kind of forward speed as yours, or do they go a little slower?
Ours are accuracy rigs, so they don't have the same flight characteristics, but they do move at a good forward speed of about 20 miles per hour.
Got it. So 20 miles per hour and facing into the wind. Now I understand that up at 12,500 feet, the wind was over 55 miles an hour.
Yeah, there's a lot of push up there, Rob.
So you have to compensate with your body position to make sure you can still track toward the target.
That's right, Rob.
All right, now watch the tandem canopy as it turns what we call downwind or along with the wind. As they get turned along with the wind, we will actually see them pick up speed across the ground.
This parachute coming in here, Rob, he's one of our small videographers. He's flying much smaller, much faster parachute.
Oh!
Come across the ground at about 60 miles per hour.
Oh, boy! How about that? Wow, what a great movie that was.
That was awesome.
So he's wearing a helmet and not a camera. Was he videoing the free fall of the tandem?
Yes, he was. He was videoing and taking pictures of the camera, of the tandem. He actually takes pictures and
so that they can possibly make a good stand-up landing. Make some noise! I can't hear you! Turning downwind, they will then turn 90 degrees toward the target in the base leg right there, and then they'll turn into the target, facing into the wind for the softest and safest possible landing.
that's right, Rob.
Do you know who the tandem master is today?
The tandem master is Staff Sergeant Joe Jones.
Part of the tandem. See there, she pulls her legs up, going almost 0 airspeed. Take a look. From WJLA-TV ABC7, it's Courtney Robinson.
And then we have
a great stand-up landing. All right, buddy. Tyler, take it away. It's all yours, my friend.
accelerating to speeds of 120 miles per hour. The initial part of the formation is called the base, and it is actually launched from the left door of the aircraft. The remaining jumpers set up slightly above and outside the formation, awaiting the team leader's call. At 9,000 feet, the team leader waves his arms, signaling the outside jumpers to fly to the base. As they fly closer and closer together, they use their hands, arms, legs, and shoulders as flight controls, allowing them to safely complete the formation. The formation is now complete and continues to fly at 120 miles per hour. At 5,000 feet, the jump master waves his arms, signaling the outside jumpers to perform our bomb burst maneuver. And there you have the high-flying black and gold of your United States Army Parachute Team, the Golden Knights. Now, as you may have guessed, these jumpers are faced with a unique situation, a traffic jam in the sky. They must first gain vertical separation to allow for individual approaches into the target area. This is accomplished by pulling on the front part of the parachute and spiraling down at speeds of 60 miles per hour to set up a traffic pattern, just like you might see aircraft at a busy airport. The same degree of precision, discipline, and teamwork exhibited by the demonstrators and competitors is also exhibited by the Golden Knights Elite Aviation Section. Nicknamed Team 6, the pilots who fly the team aircraft average more than 5,500 flying hours per aviator, and the maintenance technicians responsible for keeping these aircraft flying average more than 10 years of military experience. Their expertise combined results in the safest possible aircraft for the Golden Knights. If you look up directly overhead, you will see our videographer. He is on a much smaller, much faster parachute. The reserve or auxiliary parachute used by the Golden Knights is also a flexible wing glider, constructed of a lightweight ripstop nylon. These parachutes have an inherent forward speed of 22 miles per hour. Give it up for our videographer! To turn left, the jumper pulls on the left steering line. To turn right, the jumper simply pulls on the right steering line. As the jumpers near the ground, they will pull down on both steering lines simultaneously for the safest and softest possible way. Once on final approach, this jumper shifts all its concentration to a small black dot located on the center of the orange X. Watch the minor corrections as he brings it in for a beautiful Golden Knight landing. This next jumper is flying the Army Star. Watch the minor corrections he's using as he's bringing it into the target area for another signature Golden Knight landing. Our next jumper has entered the target area. You may notice that the front of the parachute has 7 openings on it. These allow air to be forced in, inflating the flexible wing glider. You may also notice the tail of the parachute curl under. This slows the forward speed while reducing the jumper's rate of descent. This jumper's on his final approach. He is shifting all his concentration to that small black dot located on the center of the orange X. It takes a great deal of concentration in order to land dead center of the target. Watch this next jumper as she brings it into the target area for another Golden Knight landing. And our last jumper bringing it down for a signature Golden Knight landing. Rob Mooney. And assisting him with the difficult duties of ground control all the way from Houston, Texas. He's an airborne ranger with 836 freefall parachute jumps. Staff Sergeant Trevor Uppenborn. And performing the technical duties of freefall photographer from Gilroy, California. He's an airborne infantryman with 2,782 freefall parachute jumps. Staff Sergeant Ben Forger. And 8 with the Tandem operations from Buffalo, New York. He is our Special Forces officer and the commander of the Army Parachute Team with 554 freefall parachute jumps. Lieutenant Colonel Joe Sergeant Rachel Medley. Hailing from Maslin, Ohio, he is an airborne infantryman with 1,734 free-fall parachute jumps. Staff Sergeant Todd Beckle. All the way from Vancouver, British Columbia, he is an airborne parachute maintenance technician with 728 free-fall parachute jumps. Sergeant First Class Arlen Slade. Coming to you from Fort Calhoun, Nebraska, she's an airborne X-ray technician with 1,143 free-fall parachute jumps. Sergeant Brandy Phillips. And from North Richland Hills, Texas, he's an airborne infantryman and the assistant team leader for the Black Demonstration Team with 2,247 free-fall parachute jumps. Staff Sergeant Brandon Valley. And leading the Golden Knights in freefall, he is the team leader of the Black Demonstration Team. Coming to you all the way from Los Angeles, California, he is an airborne ranger with 5,974 free-fall parachute jumps. Sergeant First Class Will Fleming. Ladies and gentlemen, get your cameras ready. Our aircraft is going to be doing a high-speed low fog from show left to show right. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the Black Demonstration Team for the 2010 Air Show season. All members of your United States Army Parachute Team, the Golden Knights. Now, in keeping with a long-standing Golden Knight tradition, we would like to present today's baton, which was flown in freefall to a distinguished member of today's audience. Master Sergeant Jeff Bratcher has stepped forward